Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Prism Podcast, where we share bite-sized nuggets of wisdom for your body, mind, and soul, for you, the emerging soulpreneur. My name is Tammy Mack. Super excited to be here today. Let's talk about soulpreneur for a moment here. What is a soulpreneur? My definition of a soulpreneur is someone who serves from their own unique values and worth. Someone who serves from their knowledge of knowing that they are multi-dimensional beings, meaning that they are able to work not only on the 3D, but they're also working on the 4D as well with their thoughts and their beliefs, and they're in the 5D, in the quantum, working in the quantum, whether this is in the Akashic fields, the quantum realm, but really a soulpreneur is someone who serves from their soul, serves from their purpose, aligned with their morals, their values, their sense of what is truly meaningful and matters in the world. Those of us who resonate being a soulpreneur truly feels that everything that we do is spiritual. Everything that we do is in alignment with our soul purpose. And the way that it feels good to us is going to vary depending on who it is that we are. So a soulpreneur is anyone. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, just anyone that serves from the fullest capacity of compassion from their incarnated purpose. Now, I know that was like pretty long-winded, but I hope that you resonated with any part of that as a soulpreneur. So Soul Prism Collective, the Soul Prism podcast is really my way of nourishing you, my way of sharing bite-sized nuggets of wisdom for your body so that you have a somatic response, that your body resonates with the messages that I'm sharing. Your mind, perhaps breaking free from any limiting beliefs, expanding your mind in any way, whether it's bringing you knowledge of human design, astrology, esoteric teachings, universal wisdom, but really, I love blowing your mind. And so any way that I can do that, bringing you to that next level of knowingness within yourself, really feeds my soul. And your soul, I'm speaking to you in such a multidimensional way, whether it is who you are right now, who it was you were in the past, speaking to your future self, speaking to your spiritual self, whatever timelines that you're working within, this is the soul aspect. When we look at Qigong, I've been studying a lot of Chinese medicine. This is my new nerd out. And in Chinese medicine, the soul is a remembrance connected to your DNA. And so it is a remembrance of all the souls, all the energy, all the junk DNA within your body, encoded within your body, and your soul remembers it all. I think that's just so beautiful, the way that they word that. Your soul remembers it all. And so I love working on a soul level, on the multidimensional level of who it is that you are. Now, we are moving into the new moon in Taurus. I believe it's Taurus 28 degrees. Now, for all of my star seeds, the Palladian access point is at 27 degrees. So we're very close to that Palladian access. And when we think about Taurus, really, Taurus is all about the 3D. It's nature. It's springtime when we experience Taurus. We're out planting our gardens, or I am anyway. We're seeing the new growth. Taurus is connected to what it is that I use within my five senses, what it is that I value, what it is that is worthy of my time, what matters really to me within my senses. So what can I smell? What can I touch? What can I see? What can I feel, right? What can I listen to that is going to be in resonance with me and my values and what it is that matters to me. And so this being a new moon, this is the time that we plant seeds. We plant physical seeds for our garden. We plant seeds of intention that we want to experience within this lunar cycle. And so I was planting seeds in my garden, and I was reminded of this beautiful book called Braiding Sweetgrass. And it's a book about the First Nation, the indigenous, of North America, and how it is that they were in relationship to Mother Earth. And so as I was planting my garden this year, I decided to do something very different. I decided to plant according to the ancient wisdom of the First Nations and the way that they create sustainability through connection, through really working with the plants, with the soil, and finding different ways. When we start colonizing, we started planting everything row by row by row. We were really not working with the earth as much as we can. And so this year I'm creating what is called a three-sister garden. And a three-sister garden consists of corn, beans, and squash. And actually I'm doing a four-sister garden. I'm including sunflowers as well. And what's really beautiful about this collaboration is I'm going to bring in the human design aspect of it. So yes, it's a new moon in Taurus at 28 degrees in the gate 8 of the human design system. And now gate 8 connects us from the throat to the G center, through that channel of fulfillment, that channel of purpose. And so the gate 8 is all about fulfilling your purpose, having a purpose and fulfilling it, being a contribution to, not just the individual, but towards the collective and towards, the tribe and what's best for everybody. But in order to do so, you have to really connect to your own individuality. What is your genius? What is it that you feel that you are here to contribute? And you'll have that sense of fulfillment. And so bringing this back into the gardening, we went through a whole period where we were really in conforming. We were conforming to the rows of planting a garden. We were conforming to what society conditioned us to really want to be, right? We were conditioned by our parents and our family and society, and that is all natural. But as we come into who it is that we are, our sense of individuality, we know that when we become the fullest sense of who it is that we are, we can still contribute and be an individual in a group. And so with the three sisters, we have the corn, who is the leader. The corn is the visionary leader. And so yesterday I was planting the corn because the corn goes first. Just like a visionary leader. A visionary leader goes first, is planted first. And so what the corn does is it provides a stalk, it provides structure, it provides the vision of where the garden is going, the framework of the garden. And so in my own family, I reckon this to my roommate, who is, we call him the ruler. He has a very strong gate 45. He also has, in the Chinese astrology, he's the dragon. right? The dragon is the visionary leader. He flies above and sees what is, the biggest vision of where it is that we're going. And he does the big things. And so the corn lays the framework. The next we have the beans. Now the beans provide nutrients in the form of nitrogen, and also climbs up the stalk of the corn. Now I see the beans as the administrator, as the facilitator, as the mother, right? That nothing gets done without that snake energy. And so in Chinese astrology, I am the snake. And so I sense what is needed in order for everything to move smoothly. And the snake or the beans, they support the corn just as much as the corn supports the bean. And so it's this beautiful dance of leadership, right? Different types of leadership. The visionary that sees the big picture, the snake that facilitates, that administration, that's the mother that makes sure that everything is flowing smoothly. And then the last, we have the squash, whether it is a spaghetti squash, a zucchini, but what the squash does is it provides ground cover. It provides nutrients in a way of, if it's raining, it holds the dampness in the ground. It holds back the weeds. It has many different day-to-day functions as it grows. And nutrients wise, the corn gives us, that starch, that carbohydrate. The bean gives us the protein. And the squash gives us the nutrients, the vitamin C and the nutrients that we need. So all three work together. They work together in the garden. So they create a cohesive unit, all three of them, all individually serving their purposes. They work all together in our bodies, giving us everything it is that we need to be healthy. And they really provide a framework as to who it is that we can be as a culture, as a collective, if we can connect to our own individual purpose and see the bigger picture of where it is that we can fit in and really contribute into the world. So I look at the squash to be like the rooster. Now, my son is the only generator in the house, so he is the rooster. And when we give him, day-to-day tasks, he becomes his own boss. So we call him the boss because he's the boss of his day-to-day tasks. He gets to do it whenever he needs to do it, but those are his day-to-day. He puts his head down and he gets to work and then he's done. And that gives him that sense of satisfaction. So he's the day-to-day. And so we see that there are, so many different types of leaders that can all work together in a system. And so I'm actually creating a 4-sister garden this year because I'm also adding in the sunflowers. And the sunflowers add as a defense. It adds pollen for the bees, to be able to help flower the beans and whatnot, but it also acts as a defense for the birds. So they're not coming in and they're not eating the corn, they're going to come in and eat the sunflowers instead. So that's kind of my long-winded explanation about the 3 sisters gardening, connecting to the Indigenous, the First Nations, what that is that they're teaching us through being in relationship with Mother Earth, being in relationship with sustainability, being in relationship with collaboration over competition. There is enough when we all work together, when we all connect to our own individual soul purpose. We kind of stay in our lane. We stay in our lane and yet work together in flow, in universal flow. And so I love sharing that so much. Now it is the new moon coming up on the 19th, and this is a great time for you to start a new intention. So I have a 21-day challenge called Initiation into Abundance. And we use these 21 days to create our day through creating our frequency through an intention. So we set an intention and we really hold on to that intention through our frequency, through creating our day. And there's journal prompts, there's exercises, there's guidance throughout those 21 days. And I also have a Facebook group where we come in and we share, we all connect over what our intentions are. And I do a little bit of a mini teaching as well in the Facebook group that's different than the 21-day portal. And so in Gemini, we're moving into Gemini season, and Gemini is connecting to our inner dialogue. It's like the two, angel and demon on our shoulder, and who it is that we're listening to. And so it is this, short distance back and forth connected to our cousins and our close family, short distance travel, publication. But really, for me, and what I've been guided to share for this next 21 days is how it is that we connect to our inner knowing, our intuition. And I'll be talking about our intuition through human design in the next 21 days as we, initiate into abundance. So this is your invitation if you've been wanting to join a group, if you've been wanting to work with me, and if you've been wanting to work on that manifestation process, then I highly recommend you checking out the 21-day abundance. You do not have to start on the new moon, but this is my invitation to you. If you decide to do so, you will be with a group and you will be guided by me. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to connect with you again.